Nulp was a wandering man. He did not have a home of his own. He traveled from town to town with only a small bag. He did not stay in one place for long. Many years ago, Nulp had friends, work, and chances to live a normal life. But he chose a different path. He loved freedom more than comfort. He did not want to be tied to one place or one job. When Nulp returned to his old town after many years, people were surprised to see him. Some welcomed him kindly. Others looked at him with curiosity. He was friendly, charming, and good at talking to people. He could easily make others smile. However, behind his smile there was quiet sadness. He did not always show it, but he felt it inside. As he walked through the streets of his past, memories came back to him. He wondered if his life choices were right. Like leaves carried by the wind, Nulp continued to move wherever life pushed him. Nulp stayed in the town for a few days. His old friend welcomed him and gave him food and a place to sleep. They talked about the past, about school days, old dreams, and the people they once knew. His friend now had a steady job, a wife, and a warm home. Everything looked safe and comfortable. For a moment, Nulp wondered what his life would have been like if he had chosen the same path. But deep inside, he knew he could not live that way. He was not made for routine or responsibility. The open road called to him more strongly than a warm house ever could. As he walked alone one evening, he felt both proud and sad. Proud because he had lived freely. Sad because freedom often meant being alone. The wind blew softly through the trees, and Nulp smiled. He understood that his life, like leaves in the wind, would never stand still. After a few more days, Nulp decided to leave the town again. He thanked his friend warmly and promised to visit someday. But both of them knew that Nulp would not stay anywhere for long. As he walked along the country road, the sky was wide and clear. The fields were quiet. Nulp felt happy to be moving again. The road gave him a strange kind of peace. Yet he could not stop thinking about his past. He remembered the chances he had refused. Good jobs, kind women who cared about him, and opportunities to build a stable life. Sometimes he asked himself if he had made a mistake, but then he would look at the open sky and feel free again. He believed that every person has a different path. His path was not meant to be safe or ordinary. It was meant to be light and moving, like leaves in the wind. Even if loneliness followed him, he accepted it as part of his journey. As the seasons changed, Nulp's life also began to change. The easy days of youth were gone. Walking long distances made him tired. Cold nights felt colder than before. One winter, Nulp became very sick. He had no home to protect him and no family to care for him. The world that once felt wide and welcoming now seemed hard and distant. Lying alone, he began to think deeply about his life. He remembered the roads he had walked, the friends he had met, and the love he had refused. He asked himself again if his life had meaning. In his weakness, he felt both regret and peace. Regret for the comfort he never accepted. Peace because he had followed his true nature. He had lived honestly without pretending to be someone else. In the quiet of his thoughts, Nulp understood something important. Every life has value, even if it looks small or strange to others. Like leaves in the wind, he had moved freely through the world. And now, as the wind grew softer, he felt ready to rest. Nulp grew weaker as winter continued. The cold air and long years of wandering had taken their toll on him. He could no longer travel as he once did. As he lay resting, he began to dream and reflect on his life. In his thoughts, he felt as if he were speaking to a higher power. He asked why his life had been so different from others. Why had he never been able to settle down like ordinary people? In that quiet moment, he felt an answer inside his heart. His life had a purpose. He was not meant to build houses or earn money. He was meant to live freely, to remind others that another way of life was possible. Nulp realized that he had followed his true nature from the beginning. Even though he felt loneliness and regret at times, he had lived honestly. He had been faithful to himself. As the snow fell softly outside, Nulp felt calm. His wandering days were over. Like leaves in the wind, he had traveled far, and now he was ready to rest.